Hello Virgo and welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is Andrea and I'm here to do your 2025 yearly tarot reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, so I hope you're well. As always, the reading won't be for everyone. Take what resonates for you. So welcome Virgo. Let's see what we have for you for 2025. We're going to pull one card by month. Look at the energies that I'm getting intuitively. And then we will pull some oracle messages at the end. Do check out the quarterly readings that I also do, because I do take the energies from this reading and go into more detail every quarter. All right, Virgo, let's see what we have for you. What do we have? Angel spirits guides for our lovely Virgos. So we start January with the Empress. It's quite nice energy because the Empress can be the new or can be linked with the new, and we are talking about the new year as well. So Empress January, the Hanged Man February, March, Queen of Pentacles can be Virgo energy, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, male or female, or the energy of the card. That is March time. Four of Swords is April. Knight of Swords, May. The Emperor, June. King of Cups, July. 10 of Pentacles, August. 4 of Cups, September. 3 of Pentacles, October. 6 of Cups, November. And we have the 2 of Cups, December. All right, Virgo, let's go through the energies of each month. We have an Empress and an Emperor. Now, because we're looking at each month, these might be connected. It can represent a relationship. It can also represent parents or the significance of parents this month. So it can represent two people who generally would be together, but because I'm going through a yearly reading, they might not also be connected. So we will also look at the energies outside of that too. The Empress, first and foremost, again, if this is you, she asks for self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect. She's very bountiful. She doesn't really accept anything less than positive energies around her. You know, you can see her environment is very lush. It's full of growth, and there is such a lovely energy with the Empress of that sense of bounty, self-appreciation, self-respect, so self-beauty, self-care. So it might well be that that's a focus for you in terms of January. It might well be taking care of yourself, putting yourself first, looking at your needs, surrounding yourself by positive influences that really support your growth, and so on and so forth. This is a very powerful energy of that. The Empress can also be the importance of a mother. So it might well be a mother is significant for you in some way in January time. She can also represent the birth of something new. New ideas, new creativity, new money areas. She does represent new abundance, so very positive in money areas. She also represents new, renewed, or next level love as well. Venus energy. So this is a very powerful energy here of the birth of something new. I mean, it can represent you're just feeling like an Empress in January. you're feeling abundant and bountiful, valued and appreciated, or reviewing life so you feel like that, however that manifests for you. This can be the energy here. She can also represent, she's a very positive sign in terms of pregnancy, any kind of like health areas. She can represent really getting back on track. She's a very healthy energy. So nurturing back into health in some way, shape or form. Could be you or someone close to you has the possibility of doing that as well. The Hanged Man. February. The Hanged Man is a still energy. It can sometimes be when stillness is required. Sometimes if we're not figuring things out in a normal way that we're looking at something, then it can be sometimes, okay, I have to stop and I have to figure something out and look at something in a different way and surrender and be open. Open your mind, sometimes thinking outside of the box, considering broader possibilities, or you understand what I'm saying. So this is that kind of energy. Sometimes if we're not really kind of feeling that we're moving forward in a particular life area, sometimes we have to stop and kind of just stop and look at something in a completely different way. And that means being open to sacrifice, a previous way of looking at something as well. But you are open to gain a lot. You're open to gain new wisdom, new learning, and so on and so forth. So this can be that kind of energy here. I sometimes describe, the Hanged Man. Sometimes we are still, for whatever reason. Things come to a standstill in whichever area of life. And it could be sometimes down to changes in employment, it could be health, it could well be sometimes, relationships or changes in, different areas of life that bring us to a standstill. And this can be when we sometimes have to surrender and be open, and that means be truly open. For example, this can be when, if you come to a standstill and you've been pushing and pushing to potentially get a job in an industry that you've always been in, you've always followed that path, you've never done anything else. The Hanged Man can sometimes be when we need to surrender the fact that, it's always been the old way of doing something, the old perspective, the old approach. And we have to be open and looking at something a different way. Sometimes it can be, how do I transfer the skills that I have into a different industry even? So this can also be that kind of energy here, or even, complete inspirational change. This can be sometimes the greatest things come when we feel stuck. Different ways of looking at something, different epiphanies, eureka moments. This can be a powerful, inspirational time as well in February. Now, the additional message with the Hanged Man, if you have a significant decision to make, but you're not sure which way to go, the best thing to do is wait and the answer will come. That would be the energy here as well. So sometimes if we're not sure which way to go, we let things play out a little bit longer, we bide our time, we don't do anything, we don't take action. Quite the opposite. We allow ourselves to assess a situation and let things unfold in a natural way, and the answer will come. So sometimes the message is, don't try and control the situation. Actually, quite the opposite. Surrender. Let things play out, and things will take their natural course. It's a big energy, the Hanged Man. It's a very wise energy as well. Because really by March time, you're absolutely coming into your own. I definitely see this for you as you, Virgo. Queen of Pentacles, male or female, can be Virgo energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I really feel this is you in a general reading. Queen of Pentacles is solid and stable. She is in an environment where she feels growth and thriving and bounty, So again, echoing the Empress energy, it might well be for some of you here that there could even be the new appearing for you, the birth of something new in January time. Again, then you might be just waiting for things to play out, waiting for things to kind of like fall into place. And by March time, you're absolutely in that zone. Things are kind of like moving you into a position of empowerment. So this is a very powerful energy, but the cards aren't necessarily linked. The Queen of Pentacles, for me as a reader, can be linked with health, healing, and abundance. So she can be linked with financial abundance, financial recovery. She is very positive also in being in a place where she feels that she can really grow and put down roots. That could be with a relationship. That can be to do with where you live. It could well be to do with, the place where you work. It can also be in relationships where you feel that you can grow and thrive as well and be valued and appreciated. This can be the energy here. You could also be connecting to a healer or potentially becoming one with a Queen of Pentacles, male or female. It can also represent healing with others or establishing healthy boundaries. Again, sleep-wake cycle, healthy exercise, healthy eating. She's just a very healthy energy. So yeah, very, very powerful energy. She also represents here, Virgo, that you have all the practical skills, knowledge and experience that you need this month to again achieve that sense of stability and security. So it might well be that that's what you need to hear. There's also a powerful energy here of not being spontaneous, quite the opposite, between February and March, in the sense that sometimes we can have these kind of big dreams, castles in the sky kind of energy, kind of big, dreamy energy. But if they're not feasible, if they're not achievable, then you have to use that sense of groundedness and practical in terms of your approach versus getting carried away with sometimes a bit of a big dreamy energy. So that's also an additional message that's coming through. April, we have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is also a still energy. Now, the Four of Swords can actually be sometimes if we're really going at something and we're really, burning the midnight oil and we've been really tired, this can actually ask you to take a little break, recharge the batteries. So it might well be that for your own health, for your own wellness, you're deciding to take a little break, or that might be advised for you in April. Also, in terms of decisions and choices, the Four of Swords can sometimes be if you feel too close to something here. It's about removing yourself from that and, taking a little break, getting space from that issue, and giving your mind the freedom to kind of like think things through, and you'll figure out with this kind of energy in terms of how you need to move forward. We can also talk to a trusted source or trusted counsel with this kind of energy as well. If you're waiting for something to happen in April time, sometimes this can be a bit of a kind of just waiting with kind of bated breath. Okay, when is the thing going to happen? When am I going to get the news? When am I going to get the information? This can also be that kind of energy here. The kind of message is, again with the Four of Swords, take care of yourself. There is that sense here of there may well be a scenario where you've done all you can do, and then it's just kind of like giving it up to Source, God, the universe. So sometimes that can be that energy of self-care and taking care of yourself as well, because you might have done all you can do as well in a scenario as well. So by the time May comes, again, if these two are potentially connected, which they might not always be, but the Knight of Swords with the Four of Swords can actually be the news that you've been waiting for, the information that you've been waiting for. Or if you're making a decision, this is about, okay, this is how I'm going to move forward in a decisive way. So either way, if you're waiting to kind of like see how to move forward in a scenario, however that manifests for you, by May time, you're just moving forward. You're getting the clarity and you're moving forward. These energies are very powerful. Because in its purest sense, the Knight of Swords, it can actually be to do with progress. Now, it can also be to do with, and it's forward movement as well, but it can also be to do with progress on an idea. So if you have an idea, something that you want to move forward on, something that really matters to you, this can actually be about there's progress on that particular idea as well, but it's not limited to that. So this is a very powerful month for you. Forward movement either way. We have an Emperor. Now, like I said, this could be you in your relationship, you with parents. It might well be for some of you that you're just kind of like dealing with the scenario for the first half of 2025. The Emperor is somebody who always takes charge, who always does the right thing by everybody involved. So again, if it's to do with a relationship, this could be you, this could be your other half, for example. It could also be about parents as well. This could well be about someone is deciding to take control of a situation, do the right thing, make some kind of significant choice or decision, making it happen. This is a very powerful energy of someone doing that. The Emperor, separate to that here, Virgo. The Emperor can also might be what you're feeling in June. You might be feeling that you're in a very solid, stable position. You might feel that everything is falling into control. You feel that everything is very worked out, very structured, very organized, This can be that kind of energy. So it might well be for some of you here that you're just feeling like everything's in control, everything's working like clockwork, I'm making it happen, I'm empire building, I'm in control of how things are moving forward. You might just be feeling that kind of energy. The Emperor can also represent a person of influence, a significant person of influence, a person in authority. Can be a CEO, MD, owner of a company. You might be hearing from an Emperor. It can represent a judge or arbiter of some kind, or an authority figure in other areas of life, could be state. So it might well be that you're hearing from an Emperor as well. It can represent, for some of you, somebody who has the power either to be head of an organization that has lots of tiers as well, lots of kind of very structured. So it might well be also that you are connecting to somebody on that level, or a key person of influence who is making a decision here. Generally quite favorable for you when the Emperor appears in your reading as well. The additional message with the Emperor, it can be a father figure, in particular as the Empress and mother figure. So again, these energies might well be significant in those months. We have July, King of Cups. Now, King of Cups is King of Hearts, King of Emotions and Feelings. We can all manifest as court cards, or this can be a person. As an energy, this is about being true to your heart, being very kind of emotionally balanced. Sometimes, feeling, waiting for the right time to express things as well might be significant for you. Male or female with this kind of energy can be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, male or female, but not limited to that as a person. King of Cups can be somebody who offers love, help, advice, support. Somebody who is very balanced, has some life experience behind them, very good in matters of the heart, but very kind in terms of supportive energy, kind energy. So you might be connecting to somebody that this person is obviously of influence. It can be a King of Cups might be reaching out to you for emotional reasons, to connect with you emotionally as well. So this can also be very powerful on that basis as well, Virgo. But generally to do with our emotions and feelings, also our intuition, but powerful heart energies. So this person feels significant. It could also be somebody is asking to potentially rise above a situation here, in kind of emotional energies too. We have August time. Now, August, 10 of Pentacles. So, 10 of Pentacles is long-term stability, security, financial success, and abundance. An opportunity to be in that energy. It is Virgo energy, so it's very abundant energy. It's one of the wealth cards of tarot, if not the big wealth card of tarot. So it does represent financial security, stability, success. You might be experiencing that here. You might be moving to a state where you're feeling that kind of energy in August time. The additional message with the 10 of Pentacles, it can be a significant sum of money. So however that comes into you. It can also be linked with things like inheritance, or it can be linked with retirement or family money or family businesses as well. The additional message disregarding money areas, the 10 of Pentacles can be really putting down roots, long-term committed relationships, marriage, even buying a home, moving in together, or the importance of maybe even connecting or moving near family. Might be significant for you, or family coming to stay with you could also be significant here as well. You could even be collectively buying a home, and everybody throwing into the pot with family, so this can also be that kind of energy too. We have September, 4 of Cups. Again, emotions and feelings attached to this. So the 4 of Cups can actually be someone reaching out, offering you something here, Virgo, whatever that would be. Yes, it can be in terms of love and emotional offers in some way, but it can also be things like advice or offers of other kinds. Now, with the 4 of Cups, we have to think, well, am I happy as I am, or do I want to take this offer that's being extended to me? However that is presented. We need to think about it. This can be don't say yes, don't say no, just give it some kind of consideration. Because if we act in haste, we can sometimes regret things later. It can be a card of missed opportunities. So this can be about really giving something consideration in terms of how you move forward. And it's a very intuitive energy as well. Now, the additional message with the 4 of Cups, it can be this person crossed arms, crossed legs. They don't always look happy. So it can be boredom, apathy, disillusionment, discontent, despondency. So these energies can apply to the 4 of Cups. And for me as a reader, it can be Spirit giving you a divine nudge. Well, if you're not happy with something, your current circumstances, it's time to do something about it, because there may well be something to move forward to. But sometimes we'll miss it if we don't take action and do something about it. So this can be that kind of energy. Now, sometimes Spirit works through people. It might well be someone's giving you a nudge to say, you need to take action on this. For others of you, Virgo, it can be intuitive. So very powerful on that basis. The 3 of Pentacles, we're looking at October time here. It's a constructive energy. So the 3 of Pentacles can be about rebuilding something. It can also be about how do we come to some kind of agreed way forward in a scenario. You could look at that emotionally, you could look at that business-wise, you could look at that in terms of selling or buying something. You could look at that in terms of a team project or initiative where there are, moving parts and everybody has their own opinion. This can sometimes be just, how do we agree the way forward? How do we come to some kind of agreed way forward? this is showing you that you have the power to actually do just that. It can involve compromise and negotiation as part of that, whether it's on money or other areas of life or other energies. So either way, it's just that sense of how do we come to some kind of agreed way forward on this kind of scenario. It can represent also new teams, new collaborations being open to you here. So potentially of joining a new team or a new collaboration. Could well be a business thing, could well be to do with a project or initiative, could be a community thing, could well be a family thing. I mean, however this manifests for you, it generally just represents some kind of significant collaboration. The additional message with this, if you don't really know how to do every single thing on your own, then there are people around you who can fill in the gaps, who can really help guide you in terms of how you need to constructively move forward on a scenario as well. Sometimes that can be about getting business advice or getting the right people on board, connecting to the right people to help guide you if you're building something here. The additional message here, Virgo, for me as a reader, it can also be things like property development or developing a property of some kind. It could be adding to your existing property or getting to the property development field, building something new. So this can actually be a very powerful energy here in terms of, okay, well, you do this, I'll do this, and I'll be responsible for this, that, and the other if you go and take care of this. This can be that kind of energy here where there is something to build. This is just the beginnings of something, a kind of foundations being set that you can really build on for the long term. Very powerful energy. Also would be the same in terms of new collaborative projects. November time, and I'm going to look at these two cards actually, because November and December, you have two soul connection cards side by side. Now, they're not necessarily linked, but they can be. So the Two of Cups is my bond between two people. It can represent friendship. It can represent love, romance. It can represent new, renewed, deepening of that as well in terms of the Two of Cups energy. It's somebody who we feel, certainly in terms of love, attraction, chemistry, a strong bond. We don't have to say anything and we just know, you just know the other person. This is the powerful energy of that kindred spirit soul connection, as is the Six of Cups as well. So there could well be that sense of coming together with someone who you just feel an affinity with. Now that can be new, renewed, or deepening of that as well. The Two of Cups can also represent things like friendships or even business, business partnerships as well. So it's just somebody who we feel a strong bond with. We know we have, shared values, shared principles, shared approach. So, we know what the other person's thinking. It's that kind of energy. So again, there could well be some kind of strong bond or the deepening of that or next level of that in some way or renewal of that. With the Six of Cups, the Six of Cups can represent somebody who has been in our atmosphere for a significant amount of time. Like I said, friendship, family, love romantic. It could well be some kind of opportunity of friendship to move to a love romantic status. It could represent an already existing relationship where you have, memories and nostalgia. There's an opportunity to maybe deepen that in some way. The additional message with the Six of Cups, it can also be about someone returning from the past or reconnecting to the past in some way. So it can be about family. And again, the Empress and the Emperor, it could well be that you are potentially moving back to maybe where the family, unit is, or again, could be vice versa, the family moving closer to you. It can represent also, so it can be a place from the past in some way that's significant to you, has happy memories. The Six of Cups can also be someone returning from the past. Friendship, love romantic, a significant person here, potentially. A soul connection is at play here as well. So these two energies are significant for you. Now, taking this on its own, we can also return to a past place of work, that we were happy, we had good memories, we were there for a significant amount of time. This can also represent that here, Virgo. But ultimately, December time, the Two of Cups can represent a significant bond between two people. Now, also very powerful in terms of reconciliation. This, if it's not to do with soul connections, the Two of Cups can be, for me as a reader, a handshake, an agreement. It can also represent offers or invitations being extended to you. So that could be other life areas as well. And Virgo, that's what I have with the cards. I'm going to pull some additional messages now. So what do we have for Virgo? Message for Virgo. Let's pull you fortune messages. What do we have for Virgo 2025? We have Thorns, number 31. Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. With that, very Empress orientated, we have number 4, Birth. Universal energy brings you opportunity and possibility. Let's pull you an animal oracle card, see what we have for you. What do we have for our lovely Virgos? Angels, Spirits, Guides, 2025. 2 cards. Bear boundaries. Stand your ground. With that, we have Lynx, discernment, look beyond immediate appearances. I'm going to pull you a destiny card, Virgo, see what message we have for you for 2025. What do we have for our lovely Virgos? Angel, Spirits, Guides. Yeah. Gosh, opportunity is coming out a lot. We have opportunity. Let's see what we have for you. Opportunity. The picture is called Moon Through the Pine Trees. Gifts from the universe are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and joy are flowing to you, gently and easily, in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it's ebbing and flowing, rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two. But as you stay open and receptive, physical and emotional gifts will come into your life. Instead of bemoaning the fact that there isn't a steady and constant stream of joy and gifts from the universe, accept whatever you receive in a spirit of gratitude, and your bounty will increase tenfold. This is a universal law. And I'm going to finish off with an Archangel Michael message for the year. What do we have for our lovely Virgos? Angel, Spirits, Guides. Message for Virgo 2025. We have number 2, Angels of Healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. And Virgo, that is what I have for 2025 for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. I wish you a wonderful 2025, and I'll see you next time.